For this project here, this company took over half of the floor of this building. They had those metal blinds, those blinds that you roll up, those metal slatted blinds, like an area right here. They had about 4 of them. They had a whole bunch of them, a ton of those things. And this new property, or this new owner, or the owner of the business that leased this place, they wanted pretty shades, okay? And they were very clear. They didn't want, like this opening right here, split up into 2. Because these are different widths. Not all these widths are the same. Some of them are, but they're not all the same. They wanted them evenly spaced, so I had to take a total width measurement and divide it out in order to get what my measurements would need to be. So pretty straightforward. Got them installed. They look beautiful, and there were a ton of them. This guy right here, this is a property up in the Round Rock area. These ceilings don't look all that tall, but they're tall. I had to use an 8-foot ladder. 8-foot ladder to get up there. These shades drop 99 inches. That's a long shade. It doesn't look it, but it does. It's 99 inches. And that's about 100-inch wide by 99 if my memory serves me correctly. It might be a little bit more than 100. I would think so, maybe 112 or something. But you can tell that width and that height is about the same. And these are 97% gray. So they initially wanted 1 shade per window here. I showed them the cost of just making 1 big old shade versus multiple ones, and they were blown away. They just couldn't believe it. So I did all their windows like this. Now, they didn't go to the bottom because for whatever reason they had those frosted. And they didn't feel that we needed to make them any longer. So that was cool, and it worked out just really well. Here's that same building. And I remember talking to, that was a company that was hired kind of as, I wouldn't call it a decorator, but a project coordinator. And this is the first time I've worked with them. And he told me at the end how thankful he was. He said I was by far the best price contractor they had worked with. They were just shocked at how inexpensive I was able to do all this for them. I mean, it was no questions asked. Once they saw my price, they were like, we want you to do this. And then later on, he told me my pricing was just beyond good. So, you know, I make all of these here in town, so I'm not ordering them. There's no wholesale markup pricing. There's definitely no freight to get them to me. And then I'm self-installing them. So my profit margin comes out of that whole package. I assume most people would have the same kind of profit margin I have, but that's on top of shipping and on top of buying them at wholesale pricing. Because I make them, I skip all those steps. So my pricing is really, really good. There's another one right there. I remember joining in that corner's kind of a booger the way we had to do it, but it worked out real well. As you can see, they're all evenly spaced. They want them all to look identical. And there's that same property of those gray. This is a 97% gray fabric, 99 inch by 10 foot wide.